Please be advised this video is for entertainment and or educational purposes only. Always do your own research to make and come to your own conclusions. This video does contain speculation and opinions. Thank you.
He also had a young lady that was with him named Cassie that had a record out. I started hearing this record that was haunting me in the clubs, and it was, it was Cassie's record, me and you, and it was, and I would hear it everywhere I was at, and so I kept asking what record is that, and Glenn told me that it was Ryan's act, it was Cassie. When I saw her and I met her and I saw this DVD on her, hopefully we can play that. That's what kind of made me like really fall in love with the project, because I saw something more than just records. I saw something that there was a personality there. There was something that, the whole world could fall in love with.
Diddygate continues. Post Sean Combs' fake apology, caught back in Miami. Justice for Cassie. Sean Combs needs to fire his public relations management team. It's actually starting to look like he just may be the one chosen to take the fall for many things now. Let alone his own created problems and crimes. The no longer legendary hip-hop mogul has not left the country or fled the area. In fact, he has been caught strolling around, making it seem as if he is so-called unbothered in public, as well as seen in Miami doing his favorite public appearance tactic, pretending to be pure innocent, wearing all white, with his two friends beside him, identically in the same style and theme. Diddy is also rocking a special medallion and was seen throwing up the L with his thumb and pointer finger in what used to symbolize love for his new name, Brother Love, which has now been renamed the L for loser. Many feared he might have left the country, as the background in his recent video showed vacation vibes, warm weather, outdoor hut design, roofing. This might have been on purpose to add to his so-called claim that he is in and seeking out treatment for his issues. So, retreat vibes for peace. Such a phony piece of shit. He is still making it a point to be seen out and about, allegedly working with TMZ to get some exclusive shots for the media and news. The feds are trying to keep him on, and the major one for slammer RICO charges. The leaked security footage helps the future case for Little Rod and the state, as Cassie has been reported to be the star witness for the future cases in court with Sean Combs. Much respected ESPN talent and star Stephen A. Smith continued to speak on allegations in a recent video, going into details about that video evidence that we've all seen and surfaced all over the news. I must add, I thank Stephen A. Smith so much, as he isn't the type to discuss these types of topics. He usually covers, sports, but he felt it was important to speak on truth and reality of this type of situation, as well as help hold Diddy accountable. So I do commend him for that. Looks like no one is believing the fake ass apology that Puffy recorded and put out on social media over the weekend, clearly making the main focus about himself, no respect directly to Cassie or any victims of his, not explaining or giving answers to any of the real questions he should be addressing. Like, why did you lie about this specific allegation from the lawsuit? I mean, we obviously all know, but you don't think, Diddy, that it would have been a little more genuine if you went into that, why you lied about it and denied it? Because you paid $50K of hush money, allegedly, and you thought you had it forever on lockdown, under control. Well, not today, motherfucker. Not in today's world. You are not safe anymore. who you may think is your protectors, most likely don't want to be associated with you, your name, or brand anymore. Good luck, brother loser. You're done. No tears and no words of real substance and emotion.
Hello, bozo.
That apology was absolute garbage. Trash. Say her name, Diddy. Say you're sorry to Cassie. Say you lied and you tried to assassinate her character like you did with her career. There are people trying to say he did not mention her name. It may be on purpose due to an agreement to not speak of her in any light or any sorts or any context, regarding their settlement. But come on, man. I don't buy that shit. He could have simply said something like to the woman or the women, who I may not speak on or mention their name due to legal binding. I would like to say I'm sorry. But nope. Nope. No detail or direct action towards bettering himself or the situation or problem in society. For example, enter a specific program, substance abuse, or behavioral management, and or whatever money you have left. Yeah, you might not owe the public that information, but you owe it to the victims that you freaking harmed. You gaslit them. You gaslit Cassie. It's not okay. And whatever money you have left, you should be using it to either hand over to your victims and or a charity or organization that helps and supports women that have been harmed by SA and people like you. Monsters like you. No real love from Mr. Brother Love. Why am I not surprised? I stand with Cassie and I pray for justice for Cassie. Cassie has the credibility in the public world and public eye now. Most believed her, but there were some stubborn idiots who didn't. And well, look at all this now. Her words match word for word on that page of the lawsuit to the video footage. 100% to the T. Diddy, your ignorance and your lies are your own true downfall. You're just making it easy for all of us to dig up some old dirt, old shit to corroborate with such speculations and to take whatever you say and all your denials and look up for the opposite because you have been outed. Your characters you play are exposed. You are a liar. And in my opinion, my behavioral analysis of his video apology, he was constantly moving his pupils and eyes were never held direct to the message or the camera. The way he was moving and tilting his head constantly is and was to distract from the fact of no tears are rolling down his face, as well as the tightness in his face when he attempts to close his eyes and clench his teeth, trying to present pain. Well, it wasn't believable. Not to me, not to many, not to most. Y'all know this is very, very, very big. We had Free Britney. She exposed a lot. And she even mentioned S beep beep and human beep beep in the music industry. And now look at this mess. Unbelievable. These whispers and secrets have been going on for years. And many of us online, including myself, have been speaking out on such things. And no one wants to listen. Now we got their attention. Now they're listening. Now they believe. Y'all know this is just the very beginning. Bring it all on. And don't forget, investigate them all.
I responded to the shocking, the stunning, the reprehensible video that CNN released showing P. Diddy physically assaulting his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. It happened in 2016 in the hallway of a now closed Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, California, right by Avenue of the Stars. The video is frankly shocking, appalling, and obviously it sent reverberations throughout the world over Diddy's physical and emotional abuse of a young lady. I'm one of many people who spoke out against the violence we all witnessed this past weekend. Diddy eventually responded to the CNN video.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom.
You haven't seen rock
no
bottom yet,
excuses.
bro.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
No, you don't. No, you
Disgusted.
haven't.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
Then. So you did remember
I sought out
this.
professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
So that doesn't make
I'm not
it
asking for forgiveness.
change.
I'm truly sorry.
Oh, shit. Here's what she had to say. Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. That he was only compelled to quote unquote apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words, end quote. And she's right, because here's Diddy's statement back in December of 2023, just a few months ago. And this was a month after Cassie had filed her lawsuit, which is where I was going. This is Diddy's statement, quote, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." That's where I was going. Because I want to know first and foremost who the hell was the PR person or the advisor or somebody who was dumb enough to tell him to do that bullshit video. It's just dumb. But I'll get into all of that in a minute. Because before I go any further into my opinion, I want to show that of another person who spoke out. The one and only Ryan Clark, football analyst extraordinaire, who had this to say on his very, very, very popular podcast, The Pivot.
The first thing, and we need to be honest, like Sean Combs is a bitch.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the men who are around him and knew he was that, they bitches too. I do have two little girls, and we sort of got into the conversation when he was brought up by Floyd Mayweather, and some of the things he was saying is like, no, if he did those things, he's a monster. Mm-hmm. If he did those things, he should rot in jail. And it's not to say that he should be in a place to where he could never be forgiven. That's between him and God. That's between him and Cassie. But we can look at that as men and say that some things you don't get to come back from.
There are things that you don't get to come back from. And I'm very, very similar to my brother Ryan Clark from the standpoint that I believe America is the land of second chances. I'm usually of the mindset that everybody deserves second chances. Not rapists, not murderers, not pedophiles, but for the most part, I'm good with second chances. The problem is that doesn't apply here with Sean P. Diddy Combs. Because you see, the second chance is if you had come out immediately acknowledging that you were wrong once the accusations were first levied against you, instead of excoriating those who were throwing the allegations out against you, like Cassie Ventura. I don't enjoy saying this. I've met P. Diddy a few times over the years, always cool with me. That apology was bullshit. It was embarrassing. I don't know who told him, who thought for a second that it would work. 50 Cent was on his Instagram page. Just go look at it. Saying the same thing. Who advised him to do this? This is bad. This ain't going to work. Because it comes across as inauthentic. Because there's literally proof via a quote from you denying everything. Everything. And accusing your accusers of looking for a payday. There's so many questions that emanate from this. You settled the case in a day. That made you look guilty enough as it is. One day after the allegations came out, they must have told you about the video. We still got questions about where the hell was the video all of these years? Who had it? Who ultimately released it? There's also reports about somebody being paid $50,000 for P. Diddy to get a hold of the tape. Well, damn, that's all? You would think you'd have gave up $50 million to make sure that tape never got out. I'm not going to call P. Diddy a bitch or any other name like that. But I ain't going to stop anybody else from doing it. I'm not going to malign them. You don't hit women when you're a man. You certainly don't kick them like you're kicking a damn field goal. You don't grab a vase and throw it at their head. You don't drag them down public hallways